Hello, I'm Sophie D'Souza. Welcome to my channel, Sophie Stained Glass videos. So many videos all about architectural glass. Hopefully you can find what you're looking for. If you can't, drop me a line and I'll point you in the right direction. So today, masterclass on my approach to leading roundels. Roundels. We love them. They're pretty, but actually they can be tricky to lead. And that's what this video is going to be all about. So now you know what's coming. Hopefully you can take some useful ideas from this video. It's just my approach, but this is how I do it. Thank you to everyone who watches my channel and supports me. Thank you for all the comments I get. Thank you for the people who remember to subscribe. That's a great help to me. So thank you for watching and enjoy. So I need to cut a hole for this roundel. This roundel is E. Let me find the one that's labelled E. Actually the first thing I've got to do is cut this roundel down because it's oversized. So I'll do that, then I'll come back. So I've cut this down. Lovely. Now I am marking up for the next cut. So it's quite difficult to see through. I'm hoping that might help. No, it doesn't. I will just do my best by putting the bullseye in the middle. That looks about right. So there we go. Now I take this apart, but actually before I do, I think I'm going to wrap this in lead. Now it will always grow a bit, and you can never get this round, so I'm going to cut it there. Okay. It's a bit awkward for me because I'm trying to do it in shot. Right, I just need to trim a little. And a tiny bit more. And that's that. Now, this is thick lead to be using on a window, but that's because I'm spanning a huge width, and it needs it. Okay, so bearing in mind that I know this is going to grow, I'm going to cut this and make sure I've cut it back well. So I'm going to cut it, assuming it's going to need a lot of cutting. I hope that makes sense. I mean, not on the small side, on the big side. Marking the lead up as well is always a good idea. Which I forgot to do here, because I can cut that while I'm at it. So okay, try and do this in shot. Like I say, going to give it a nice big margin. So hopefully you can see what I mean there. So that's that. Yes, note to self, these bits are lethal. Hope you can see that. Yes, so I'm going to grozer them off, but I'm not going to do it over where I'm working. And I'll do the same here, because I've turned my finger into a pincushion. So I'm going to have a slight intermission to go and stem the bleeding. I know you're used to seeing a bit of bloodletting. Sorry about that. Right. That's that. Ah, hang on a minute. It wasn't home properly. It needs to be a bit shorter. Now, before I cut this out, I'm offering it up. And yes, you can see we need to cut it wider. And a little bit wider there. Again, I'm trying to keep this in shot, which makes it a little bit awkward for me. I'm in the way of the tripod. Oh well. There we are. And then this piece. I like to have the two soldered, you know, I like it to be lined up. Okay. Okay. Only a tiny bit wide. I won't cut this here because it's too awkward for me. And there we go. Is that not a thing of beauty? So I'm very pleased with that. And that's why I I don't cut these roundels till the end because they're always different sizes. And actually, they're meeting at right angles. Where they meet, I don't know if you can see up here, where they meet on a mitre, it sort of seems to multiply any discrepancy. So trimming as you make just seems to suit this kind of build. So I've put all this in place, and now I have to mark it up for cutting. Just like I did with the other ones that met at right angles. I'm quite happy at how these have all met. They've all fitted together beautifully. As we know, that is not always the case, but it's working today. There we go. Right, now like the other one, I'm going to wrap this in some lead. Always a bit harder to do with the thicker lead. Right, I think I'm going to do the thing I think some of you will have seen me do, where I mark up, because otherwise it can be a bit hard to get the length right. There we go. Going to take that bottom corner off. There we go. Okay. I think I'll come to it in this direction. So I'm going to take off these talons. I don't really want to do it over my work, but it's good for you to see. There. Ooh, I smudged it. Okay. I'll swap it in for that piece because I've smudged it and I can draw the other piece in later. I can get that in there. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's hope that these pieces are perfectly symmetrical, because obviously I've just swapped some about. Just going to, this curve doesn't feel quite right, so I'm just grinding a bit back. Got that. Okay. You need about 100 pairs of hands to do this sort of thing. Okay. Now, as you know, I accidentally rubbed it out of here. So there we go, it's back together. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so there's no doubt that fitting this sort of thing into your panel is tricky, but I really hope I've given you one approach to getting them into place with a nice snug fit. Obviously I started off in my approach to this sort of job by cutting it all in advance, because that's what you do, isn't it? You've got your design, you've got your cut lines, and you cut it all out. But I was endlessly recutting these middle bits, and so that's why I now leave them uncut until I make. So yeah, not the only way to do it, but yeah, just wanted to give you that as an option. So there we go, and that's how I approach letting roundels. I reckon it takes me 10 minutes to do each roundel. I know that because I've taken the video. Yeah, they're not the quickest thing to lead up, but then we know curves are a bit tricky, don't we? So hopefully you can add that to your arsenal of approaches to tricky leading, and thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.